broads in Atlanta. Just to lean the family. Credit cards in the
We are back, so it's time to continue our Toronto Blue Jays franchise mode here in MLB The Show 16. So we just won that huge game against Houston, 2-1. It was a very good game for us, though. 2-1 score. We came back in the 9th inning. It was insanely good. Our man, who started? Stroman started. He had a very good outing for us, only allowing 8 hits, 1 earned run, and striking out 10 batters. That's insane. It's gotta be like, I haven't seen him strike out 10 batters in this game, at least the games I've played, so it's pretty good. But regardless, McCullers, he had a great game also. 8.1 innings pitched. But he just got thrown out in the 9th inning. And Fields obviously allowed that game-winning run, which won it for us. So now we're up 2-1 here in the ALCS against the Houston Astros. We're probably going to go and sim one more game. And depending on, I guess it really doesn't matter too much. Most likely we're going to be playing this game between Drew Smyly and Dallas Keuchel. So let's go and simulate this game. Hopefully we can go and take this W to make it a 3-1 series. And we do take that W. Now we're up 3-1 here. We have them in a stranglehold right here. 3-1 series. Let's go check out this game though. We had our starters must have had a good game. So we won 3-1. Looks like we scored most of our runs in the 8th inning with 2 runs. But looks like our batters didn't really do too well. Will Myers had 2 RBIs. Gonzalez had 1. Edwin had a double. But it looks like even the Astros didn't really play too well either. Valbueno had a double, and MARISNICK had an RBI. But Sanchez pitched 6 innings, allowing 3 hits, 1 earned run, and striking out only 2 batters. So he lasted pretty good. Only 3 hits is pretty good. But that McHugh only lasted 7.2 innings. That's actually a pretty good outing, allowing 7 hits, 3 earned runs, and striking out 7. So looks like we won this game. That's insane. But now we're up 3-1 here against the Houston Astros, and we're still in Houston actually. And we can go and win this series to advance the World Series for the 2nd year in a row. Let's go and play this game between Drew Smyly and Dallas Keuchel. So we're at Minute Maid Park for this huge game against the Houston Astros, Game 5 of the 2017 ALCS. And we have a very good team, and this series is going very well for us. Game 1, we obviously lost 5-1, but eventually now we've taken a 3-1 lead over the Houston Astros. And now we have Drew Smyly taking on Dallas Keuchel. So this is going to be a huge game. We obviously won one game with Drew Smyly. His ERA at a 0 right now, so that's very good. But Dallas Keuchel 2-0, the 1.93 ERA. That is fantastic numbers. But Gerard Dyson leading us off for today. But he's going to go and strike out on the very first at-bat for him on the day. And that's going to be the first out of the first inning. So next batter up, Will Myers. He's going to go and drill this one right in the left field, right down the left field line. And he's going to go obviously for 2 bases. And he's obviously going to make those 2 bases as he goes and slides into second base for that double. So now we have Matt on second, 1-0 here in this inning for Josh Donaldson, the former AL MVP. He's an all-star game in the real life, but right here he drills Dallas Keuchel right in the leg, and he is obviously in some discomfort right there as he is on the ground. And Dallas Keuchel, his finger might be broken, it might not be broken, but he's in a fair amount of pain. It's going to take him out of the game. So Dallas Keuchel not even getting out of the first inning. But he's obviously going to get replaced by Dan Straley, obviously due to injury. So Straley coming off cold off the bench, but he's going to go and influence Tulo right into a grounder. And that's going to be a double play for the Houston Astros to get them out of this inning. So right after Dallas Keuchel gets out, obviously Straley comes in and saves the day. But Houston, they have a pretty good lineup themselves. Jose Altuve leading them off for today. He's a very good hitter. But right here, he's going to go ground out straight to Josh Donaldson. Donaldson, the perfect play at third base. And he's not going to throw him out. So Jose Altuve beats out that throw from Josh Donaldson. Spectacular defensive play right there by Donaldson, but is just too slow right there as now there's a man on here. But right here, Drew Smyly going to go and strike out the very next batter, and Carlos Gomez, and that's going to be the first out of this inning. So now we have Altuve in second, but he's going to go right to third base after the single from the next batter up. So now there's runners on the corners here with 1 out here in this inning. But right there, George Springer strikes out against Drew Smyly, and that's the second out of this inning. So now coming up here, we have Justin Bour, the first baseman. Bour is going to go ground out straight to Donaldson. Donaldson, the perfect play at third base, and he's going to go and gun him out for the 3rd out of this inning. So we save a run there due to Josh Donaldson's perfect defensive plays, and now it's still a 0-0 game going in to the top of the 2nd inning. But right here, 2-0 already for Colby Rasmussen this inning, but Colby's going to go ground out straight to the shortstop, and that's obviously going to be, actually no, the 3rd baseman, and that's going to be the end of that inning right there. So our offense not really waking up there in the 2nd inning, but right here, 1 out here in this inning, the bottom of the 2nd, as the Astros are going to go and fly out straight to our man, Kevin Parr in center, the 2nd out of this inning. Right now, we have former Blue Jay himself, Kurt Suzuki, right here batting for the Astros. But he's going to go hit this one to Will Myers. Will Myers makes a perfect play at second base to end that inning right there. So our Blue Jays, we're doing very well right now. Good defensive plays by everybody around the diamond. and we already still have a 0-0 game right here. But right here, direct striper coming on for the bottom of the third inning. B is obviously going to go and fly out straight to our man, Colby Rasmussen, right at field for the first out of this third inning. So right now our defense playing very good here as we're going to go, and Tula's going to go and obviously throw out the next batter for the second out of this inning. So our defense, one of our best things about our team, as we still hold a 0-0 tie here in this bottom of the third. But right here, Carlos Gomez is going to go blast this one straight in left field. That one's going back, and that one is obviously going to be gone. So Carlos Gomez just destroys that baseball and almost hits it off that trade, as now the Astros take a 1-0 lead here in Game 5 of the ALCS. So now we're losing 1-0 here as they're going to hit a single right down the middle to get a base hit. So now there's one man on here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. But right here, George Spring gets cut down by our man Drew Smyly, and that one's going to end the inning right there. So going into the top of the fourth, Will Myers is going to lead us off by grounding out straight to the shortstop for the first out of this fourth inning. But after that Will Myers ground out, we have Josh Donaldson coming on 1-for-1 currently on the day. But Donaldson's going to hit this one deep into left field. Godwin's going back, and that one is gone. So Josh Donaldson homers straight to left field, and now we tie the game at 1 apiece. So Josh Donaldson, you know he's bringing that rain almost every day as he hits a home run right to left field to tie this one. We need to go and produce home runs, as that's one of our main forms of offense. But Donaldson, that's his 4th home run of the postseason, a 340-footer right to left field. And now we tie the game at 1 apiece. But Tulo on with 1-0 here in this inning. But Tulo's someone going to hit this one right in the center field off that really awkward looking hit right there. So now we have one man on with 1-0 here for Edwin Encarnacion. But Edwin's going to go and drive this one right in the left field. And that one's going to be obviously a base hit. So now we have 2 runners on here. 1 man on second, 1 man on first for Kevin Pillar with 1-0. But Kevin Pillar, he's going to go and ground out straight into that double play. And that one's going to quickly end the inning right there. So just as we get man on right there, Kevin Pillar grounds out into a double play, but Jose Altuve, that's actually a pretty good play right there. Looking like Spider-Man throwing that one to complete that double play right there. But now we're going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Drew Smyly still pitching, but he's going to go and walk Justin Bour to lead off this 4th inning. So now there's 1 man on, nobody out for Matt Duffy, the 3rd baseman. But Matt Duffy's going to go strike out on that cutter right there, high in the zone, and that one's going to be the first out of this inning. So I have 1 man on, 1-0 here for Jake Marisnick. But Jake Marisnick going down just like his buddy Matt Duffy, and that one's going to be another strikeout for Drew Smyly. So now there's 2 outs here, 1 man on for former Blue Jay Kurt Suzuki. But Kurt, he's going to ground out right to Donaldson, but Donaldson gets a force out at second to end that inning right there. So as soon as the Astros get a man on, we obviously cut down their offense and make this game still tied. So going into the bottom of the 5th inning, right here, they're going to go hit a single right in a right field, and that one's going to be a base hit. So now there's 1 man on here in this inning, 0 outs here for the Astros for Jose Altuve. But Jose Altuve is going to ground out right to TULOWITZKI. But TULOWITZKI, he's too slow throwing that one to Will Myers, and Will Myers cannot make a play. But Carlos Gomez coming on with 1 man on, 1 out here in this inning. But Gomez is going to go ground out straight to TULOWITZKI, and Will Myers is going to try and pull off the double play. But Will Myers had a controller malfunction right there, as he could not complete the double play. So there's 1 man on, 2 outs here for Carlos Correa, the shortstop. Correa is going to go ground out right to TULOWITZKI, and we finally end the inning right there as we get the force out at second. So right as their offense starts producing hits, we shut them down right there, as now we have 5 hits, they have 4, we have 1 error, they do not have none. But going into this inning, they're going to hit this one right in the right field, and now it's going to be another base hit. So bottom of the 6th, 1 man on, 1 out, as they hit this one right past Will Myers. Now it's going to be another base hit. So there's 2 men on, 1 man on second, 1 man on first for Jake Marisnick. So Jake Marisnick, a great hitter, but he's going to hit this one right down the diamond. That one's going to be another base hit. Can Kevin Pillar gun this guy down and get the out at home? And he will, as Russell Martin tags him out, and that's going to be the second out of this inning. So Kevin Pillar, a perfect defense play, saves a run in fact, as this game is still tied at 1 apiece. So Kevin Pillar, amazing defensive play. That's the kind of stuff you imagine from your center fielders and your left fielders, basically your entire outfield. Gunning down somebody as Bour just too slow reaching that home plate, and that one is going to be the second out. So man on second, man on first, and Donaldson's going to get the out at first to end that inning right there. So soon as they get man on base, once again we shut them down, as now we're going into this inning, the top of the 7th inning, with Pat Neshek coming on for the Astros, and we obviously have Troy Tulowitzki leading us off here in this inning. But Troy's gonna hit this one right in right field, but somehow the first baseman catches that one, and that's gonna be the first out of this inning. So a very unfortunate first out, but now we have 2 outs here for Kevin Pillar, but Kevin Pillar gonna pop way up into foul territory, and that's gonna be the 3rd out of this inning. So our offense didn't really produce at all in the first 6 innings, and including the 7th inning, we had barely any offense. But Ear Loop coming on for the bottom of the 7th inning for us, Aaron Loop has been pretty good all season, pretty consistent. But right here, getting a lot of base hit right down the middle. The first hit of the 7th inning. So 1 man on, nobody out for the Astros. But right here, Jose Altuve hits a chipper right to Russell Martin. But Russell Martin somehow gets him out at first. So now there's a man on second with 1 out here in this inning for the Astros. But once again, they ground out right to one of our fielders. And it's going to be the second out of this inning. So there's 2 outs here, 1 man on third for Carlos Correa. But Correa gets cut down by Aaron Loop, and that's going to be the 3rd out of this inning off a strikeout. So we go and save the day once again in the bottom of the 7th, and now we're going into the top of the 8th inning with Russell Martin, which coming on with 2 outs in this inning. But Russell Martin's going to hit this one right down the 3rd base line, and that's going to go for a single. So now Russell Martin finally gets on the board when it comes to hits, as they're going to bring in Austin Barnes for our pinch hitting duties. So we need to go and somehow drive this run in from first base with Gerard Dyson up. But Gerard, he's going to ground out right to Carlos Correa, as they somehow get a force out at second. A very close play at second, but they get that out regardless. Now one ends the 8th inning. So now we're going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Austin Barnes coming in obviously for Russell Martin at catcher. And we're going to go and bring in Brett Cecil to come and shut down the Houston Astros in the 8th inning. But right here, first play, they're going to hit this one right to our man, Adrian Gonzalez at first, the first out of this 8th inning. So now, next man up, and they're going to fly out way up to Gerard Dyson in left field. Warning track, in fact, but that's another out for the Astros. 2 outs here in this inning, but Brett Cecil is going to go out and walk the next man, Duffy. And now there's 1 man on with 2 outs here in this inning, and they're going to bring in Chris Bravo to try and get driving that run from first. But Jake Marisnick up. But Jake Marisnick, they're going to go running, obviously, Bravo right there, and that's going to be another steal for the Astros. So a man on second, 2 outs in this inning, they need to drive him home, but somehow Jake Marisnick gets struck out looking, and that's going to end the 8th inning. So now after that clutch 8th inning, they're going to bring in Chris Bravo to play 3rd base, and they're also going to bring in Josh Fields to come and shut down our offense at the top of the 9th. But Will Myers gets struck out by Fields for the first out of the top of the 9th. So now there's 1-0 here for Josh Donaldson, but Donaldson, he's going to go hit a chipper right to Josh Fields, and that's going to be the second out of this 8th inning. So now with Tulo up with 2 outs, but Tulo, he's going to ground out right to the 3rd baseman, and that's going to be the 3rd out of this inning. So now we're going in to the bottom of the 9th inning. Could potentially walk this one off if they drive in a run. But right here, Drew Storen coming on to come and shut down the Astros in the bottom of the 9th. And he does, potentially, as he's going to go and strike out the first man right there. He's going to go and strike out the next man up. And Drew Storen, you know what he's going to do. He's going to go and strike out the next man, Jose Altuve, on that slider. And that one quickly ends the 9th inning. So 1-2-3 inning for the Astros. We're going into the top of the 10th inning for Edwin. Then Pilar, as they go and fly out and ground out. And now Colby Rasmus with 2 outs, and he's going to go and pop up way up to the catcher for the 3rd out. So we have a quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 10th. As we're going into the bottom of the 10th inning here. They could potentially walk it off once again. But right here, they drive a single right into right field. But that is going to be caught by Colby Rasmus. And that's going to be the first out of this inning. So 1 out here, nobody on. It's going to ground out right to Donaldson for the second out of this inning. And right here, they're going to get struck out by Drew Storen to end that inning right there. So Drew Storen playing very well, pitching 2 innings, allowing nothing. As we're going into the bottom of the 11th inning, Drew Storen's still pitching. He's going to go and strike out the first man he sees on that really low pitch. I don't know how he struck out on that one, but right once again, he's going to go and strike out Chris Bravo, and that's going to be the second out of this 11th inning. And right here, you know what he's going to do. He's going to go allow a chipper right to Drew Storen, but he's going to pick this one up, but he's not going to go and throw him out at first. So Drew Storen, he allows a hit right there, but right now there's 1 man on, 2 outs. But right here, the next man is going to pop up way up to Austin Barnes, and that one's going to quickly end the inning right there. So a quick inning from Drew Storen as we're going into the top of the 12th inning. As Tulo with 2 outs, he's going to get struck out on that pitch. I don't know how that really was a strike. It was pretty close, but regardless, we're going into the bottom of the 12th inning. Our offense not playing well at all. As we're going to bring in John Danks to hopefully shut down these Astros. We need him to. Is he going to influence this one right to Josh Donaldson? Donaldson makes a perfect play at 3rd base for the first out of this inning. So our defense playing very strong even into the extra innings. But right here, 1 out here in this inning is right there again. Jose Altuve is going to get struck out on that pitch. And that's going to be the second out of this inning. So now Gomez coming on with 2 outs here in this inning. But Gomez, he's going to hit this one right down the middle, and that's obviously going to be a base hit. So now there's a 1 man on here in this inning with 2 outs. But right here, they're going to go ground out right to TULOWITZKI, and that one's going to be the end of the 12th inning. So now we're going in to the top of the 13th inning. We need to go and somehow drive in a run here. I just don't like playing these long games. It takes way too long, and I just need to end this one. At top of the 13th, nobody on, nobody out. As Edwin's going to go hit this one right in the right field. Now one's finally going to drop for a single, so Edwin finally gets on the hit tally today as he gets his first hit of this ball game. But right here, Edwin Encarnacion, he's not really too fast, so we're going to go and bring in Devin Travis to hopefully drive in that run. But right here, Kevin Pillar hits this one right in the left field. But somehow, the 3rd baseman throws it way over the 2nd baseman's head, and obviously we're going to get a man on 2nd and a man on 3rd. So now we have a man on second and a man on third here in this 13th inning. We need to go and end this one somehow. As Chris Bravo, a terrible error. So Colby Rasmus coming on. Hopefully his sacrifice fly. He's going to hit this one right in the center field. Doing pretty good so far. But right here, we need Devin Travis to score here. Devin Travis heading home from third. He needs to head home and score this run, but somehow they go and throw him out at home plate. And that one's obviously going to be the second out of this inning. Perfect defense as they go and throw our man Devin Travis at home plate. But right now we have one man on second and 2 outs here in this inning for Adrian Gonzalez. But they're going to go and intentionally walk Adrian Gonzalez because he's been playing so well lately against the Houston Astros. But right here, we're coming on with two man on, 2 outs here for Austin Barnes. But Barnes is going to hit this one right in the gap in left center field. That one drops. Now Kevin Pillar heading home from third. He's going to go score. But Adrian Gonzalez, he's rounding third. He's going to go and try scoring from first base. But Adrian way too slow on that one. 10 speed as he gets thrown out at home plate. And that's going to end that inning right there. So at least we score a run as it's now a 2-1 ball game going into the bottom of the 13th. We need to go and shut down these Houston Astros and win this ALCS series. But right here, George Springer coming on hopefully to save the Astros season. But right here, he strikes out on that 4-seam fastball down and away. And now it's the first out of this inning. So one here, nobody on. As he's going to hit this one right into that adjusted defense. And that's going to be the second out of this inning. So there's 2 outs here in this inning, nobody on for Chris Bravo. It's all up to Chris to hopefully save these Astros seasons. But right here, he's going to go around to right to our man Adrian Gonzalez. And Gonzalez, he's going to go and beat him to first base. And that is the end of the ball game. So we win the series 4-1 and we're moving on to the World Series. So this ALCS, we obviously won that series 4-1 and we win this ball game 2-1. A very close game in extra innings, but we obviously come on top. And now we're moving on to the World Series for the second year in a row. Last year you lost to the Washington Nationals, but hopefully we can go and win this World Series and finally capture a World Series and for the first time in 20 years for the Toronto Blue Jays. But we more importantly win the American League Championship. And John Danks, he's your player of the game, pitching 2 innings, allowing 1 hit, no earned runs, and 2 strikeouts. I thought Drew Storen would be, but I guess not. But I guess I'll end this episode off right here, so make sure to like and subscribe from the Toronto Bleacher Franchise Mode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.